Hey guys, welcome to Spiritual Musings of a Popcorn Brain. I've decided to do season 2 about me so that you can understand who I am and where I'm coming from. So each episode I'll give you some insight into my history as to why I think and believe the way that I do. So I was back at school and just doing the things that I normally do and continuing going to church and learning about Jesus and doing my best to be the person that he wanted me to be. Things fell in place and I did start dating this person that I had called after my breakup. And things progressed to the point where it was getting serious. We had actually talked some about marriage and things like that. In the beginning of the relationship, he was very kind to me. He was starting to be kind of mean and treat me like I wasn't good enough for him. And I felt like I had been pretty gracious and forgiving, and I was tired of being treated that way, so I broke up with him. And then he called me and he pleaded with me to hang in there. And sadly, I caved because the tone of his voice implied that he was about to propose. And he said he had been testing me to make sure that I was the kind of person he wanted to marry. Which most of you out there listening can say, what? Testing you? Anyway, I didn't catch how off that sounded. It didn't raise a flag in my mind like it should have. The fact that I tried to break up with him should have also raised a flag, and it didn't. We got engaged and started looking for ways to twist scripture to allow for sex before marriage. And it's not there. You can't find it if you are honest about what's in the Bible. And I decided to go visit him. I had an internship over the summer and I was working up in Dallas, and I decided to go visit him while he was at our college at A&M, which is about 3.5 hours away. I decided to go visit him in the middle of the week thinking, I'll go down, I'll visit him, and then I'll come back. Which is dangerous because I actually already had in my mind that I was going to be doing what I should not be doing, that I was going to give myself to him that night. And I was halfway down exactly halfway. And I was driving a car that my mother had given me. It was a manual transmission, 5-speed. And the 5th gear went out at halfway. And I pulled over. And I don't remember who I called, if it was my mom or someone else. And it was still drivable, was what I got from the call. But that I should not, from where I was, I could drive it one way or the other, but, then I needed to stop until I got it fixed. So I realized that I was exactly halfway, and I should have turned around to go back so that I could get to work to my internship the next day. And I went forward to College Station, and that was not good. There was a lot in my life that I had to deal with, and I had to heal from doing what was not in God's plan for my life. And may be able to think of some ways to share what I learned and all that, but it's not worth it. sin isn't worth it. And it wasn't long after that I ran across, and I kind of knew this, it was in the back of my head, but it wasn't coming forward like it should have when I was on the side of the road that night. But 1 Corinthians 10:13, and this is the NIV. It says, "No temptation has overtaken you except what is common to mankind. And God is faithful. He will not let you be tempted beyond what you can bear. But when you are tempted, He will also provide a way out so that you can endure it." And He did provide a way out. I lost my fifth gear. I had to purposefully choose to go forward with it and do what I should not be doing instead of going back, which would have been my best option. And I knew it. And I'll have to save for later. Yeah, there was so much that came from it that was bad, that came from this poor decision that night. So let that be a warning. Keep your eyes open, keep your heart open to God, praying that He will give you wisdom and understanding. And I was not praying in my decisions at this time, and that's why I was making poor decisions. God will always give you a way out, especially when you're looking for it and you're looking to please and honor Him. If that's first and foremost in your mind, you always come out ahead. If you found this useful, or you know someone who would, then please share this with them or subscribe. Thank you for letting me share my popcorn brain.